Part of the big business of ASU is the innovation, and so Mastercard tapped us to think creatively about another way that we can continue to provide access to higher education for young Africans who are on continent in a way that allows for partnership building and institutional building. Through that came SIL, which is the Strengthening Institutional Linkages program. And essentially it allows us to partner with 2 institutions on continent, in Ghana specifically, with the idea that we would have students start off at their home institutions, come to ASU to finish off their 4th year, and then go through an accelerated master's program.
I grew up in the 3rd largest city in Zimbabwe, which is called Gweru. Going to Ashesi, it was a different kind of environment because it's a university that prides itself in creating the next leaders in Africa. And then coming now to Arizona, I sort of see how that sort of culminates, where there were perhaps gaps due to the small size of Ashesi. There are now more opportunities at ASU, so I'm now able to implement the skills that I've learned.
So I decided to join ASU because I believe that the opportunity will open up more horizon for me and for the opportunity of becoming a transformative leader back in my community. I decided to study computer science because I'm passionate about technology, and I believe that if Africa is able to leverage the power of technology, we'll be able to create more revenue, we'll be able to create a more sustainable economic growth and be able to develop our communities.
I'm actually from the central region of Ghana, but I lived and I grew up in Accra. So my research work is trying to understand or trying to bring up therapeutics that is going to help us regenerate and heal whenever we have an injury that is related to our nervous system.
I was born in Kumasi at Kotiala in Ghana, and I used to live in a compound house with a lot of people, so it was like a little bit of community. My friends were still in the streets to actually fend for themselves because of the financial constraints. And so I decided to take upon myself to help people to be financially independent so that if they are to fulfill their potential, and that was why I decided to pursue finance.
I've been in Accra my whole life, where my mom and my dad work as traders in the Kantamanto market. I had a chance to experience some of the things that they do as businessmen and women. I have this desire since the childhood to kind of like move into business.
When I think about giving back, I think it's just a responsibility we have to go back to our communities and just invest back because people have also invested in us.
For the next chapter of my life, I'm looking forward to gaining more practical experiences in precision and regenerative medicine by working, and then in the long term, be able to set up a research facility in Ghana where we can do amazing research work to be able to impact the African society and the world at large.
I think that as transformational leaders, we are being given the opportunity to create path for others. I want to be an expert in the financial market. I believe that through that process, I can help Ghanaians to create wealth for themselves and also to contribute towards the financial stability of the country.
One of my biggest achievements have been the fact that I'll be joining Google after graduating. And growing up in Goma, I never thought in any of my wildest dreams that I'll be working for Google.
What excites me most about graduating is the fact that I get to put smiles on the faces of my parents and my family. The significance of having a master's degree, being a woman and from Africa and being a Muslim to me is that it brings a lot of hope and confidence. So being able to achieve this master's degree and having this experience is just a beacon of hope to others, knowing that you can do this if Nazira Kwanda has been able to get this.
I believe one of the values scholars bring to ASU is the part of the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Giving Back ethos. They are all coming to ASU with the idea of giving back to their communities.
My favorite part about working with the scholars is this particular cohort. Cohort 8 is a historic and unique cohort because this is the only cohort that have experienced a global pandemic.
As they spent their first year online unexpectedly, their first time meeting and engaging with each other as well as with staff was an amazing, amazing time. The feeling in the room of joy and excitement was palpable.
One word to describe the scholars: tenacious. Very determined, just the right amount of stubborn that will get you sort of the leadership traits that you need for someone who is going to be steadfast in the principle and hold true to it.